Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters is an action platform video game for the Game Boy. It was developed by Nintendo and TOS and published by Nintendo, and is the sequel to Kid Icarus on the Nintendo Entertainment System. The game was released in North America on November 5th, 1991, and in Europe on May 21st, 1992. It later materialized in Japan as an English import on February 8, 2012 via the 3DS Virtual Console. Then it was re-released in Europe on March 8, 2012, and then in North America on July 19, 2012. The story of Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters is influenced by Greek mythology and follows the angel soldier Pit on his quest for 3 sacred treasures. His objective is to defeat the demon Orcos, who has invaded the kingdom of Angel Land. The game features the core gameplay mechanics of its predecessor. Players explore 2-dimensional environments while collecting items and fighting monsters. Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters was named the 18th best Game Boy game by Nintendo.
And follows the angel soldier Pit on his quest for 3 sacred treasures. His objective is to defeat the demon Orcos, who has invaded the kingdom of Angel Land. The game features the core gameplay mechanics of its predecessor. Players explore 2-dimensional environments while collecting items and fighting monsters. Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters was named the 18th best Game Boy game by Nintendo Power, and critics commended it for its gameplay, graphics and music. Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters Chapters is an action platform game. It largely retains the gameplay of its predecessor, ekerus, for the Nintendo Entertainment System, NES. The player controls the young angel pet, whose main weapon is a bow with an unlimited supply of arrows. The game's two-dimensional levels contain collectible items and obstacles such as enemies and traps. 3. Its objective is to reach the end of 3 stages: the underworld tower, the overworld, and the sky world tower, each of which is separated. Unlike in Kid Icarus, the game's levels scroll freely in all 4 directions, which enables the player to explore previously visited environments. As an additional control feature, Pit can flap his wings in midair to slow his descent. 6. In each area, there are hidden doors that lead to 8 different types of chambers. 7. In shops and black markets, the player may buy items such as healing potions in exchange for hearts, which are left behind by destroyed monsters. 2. 7. Information centers provide hints. Hot Springs game is set in the Greek mythological fantasy world Angel Land that is ruled by the goddess Palutena. Its story is detailed in the instruction booklet. Palutena has a nightmare, which a soothsayer interprets as a foreshadowing of an invasion by the demon Orcos and his minions. The goddess summons Pit, the leader of her army, and commands him to enter a special training that will give him the power to use Angel Land's 3 sacred treasures. To keep these safe from all.
The game is set in the Greek mythological fantasy world Angel Land that is ruled by the goddess Palutena. Its story is detailed in the instruction booklet. Palutena has a nightmare, which a soothsayer interprets as a foreshadowing of an invasion by the demon Orcos and his minions. The goddess summons Pit, the leader of her army, and commands him to enter a special training that will give him the power to use Angel Land's 3 sacred treasures. To keep these safe from Marcos while Pit is on his mission, Palutena has them protected three fortress guardians. After Pit has finished his training and defeated the guardians, the goddess equips him with the sacred treasures. 8. Orcos appears and turns Splutenna to stone, but Pit defeats him and saves her, restoring peace to Angel Land. In the ending, Pit soars into the sky. As in the Greek myth of Icarus, he flies too close to the sun and loses his orgasm.
Splutenna immediately summoned Pit, the leader of the Ikerus army. The personal bodyguards of Splutenna, the Ikerus army was responsible for guarding the peace in Angel Land, and none took their job lightly. Upon arriving, Pit was asked to have a seat, a liberty not usually given by a goddess. Looking directly into his eyes, Splutenna began, "Pit, thank you for coming. I have a task for you." She then told him of her dream and of the soothsayer. "Pit, this dream will come to pass. And I believe that it will happen in the not-too-distant future. I trust you, but you must tell no one else. News of these terrible demons will cast our peaceful Angel Land into chaos. I bid you now to begin training so that you may gain special magical power. I am placing all of my hopes and fate of Angel Land on you, Pit. You must be the one to battle the demons." Sitting back in her chair, Splutenna continued, "Since the days of old, Angel Land has possessed the three sacred treasures. These treasures, when worn, will give the wearer the special magical powers to battle any demon. Yet alas, poor Pit, you do not yet have sufficient power to wear these three sacred treasures. So Pit, with the help of Splutenna, devised a mission so that he might attain the power needed to wear the three sacred treasures. This mission was threefold: to battle his way up under the Underworld Tower, storm the Overworld, and conquer the dizzying heights of the Sky World Tower. Only then would Pit have sufficient power to enter the Sky Palace and wear the three sacred treasures. Pipe hearts. Pipe, group of symbols, the currency of Angel Land. You get them from killing enemies or shattering jars in the treasure chamber. Half hearts are worth 5 hearts, and big hearts are worth 10 hearts. Small bullet snakes. These enemies attack in groups of 4 after you walk under snake pots. Small bullet bats. Bats are the equivalent of the Spicknose in the NES version. They fly around in the bat chamber. Small bullet spitball blob called Magoo in the NES version. These enemies pop up near the end of the level and spit fire at you. They look like blobs with big mouths. Small bullet, the Grim Reaper and Reapit's death himself. Do not let him see you or he will call for Reapits on you. Pipe fortresses. Pipe, group of symbols, small bullet gobble. This worm-like monster with 4 sharp teeth walks back and forth on platforms, waiting to chomp Pit. Small bullet slime. These slimy customers jump back and forth from the ceiling to the floor. Small bullet spunky. These walk back and forth jumping around, getting in Pit's way. Small bullet fuzzball. Balls of fuzz that fly in the same wa. Stone golems only move if you are in line with them. They walk back and forth with their axe out. Small bullet fireballs. As soon as Pit enters a room with these, they will begin to ambush him. Group of underscores, pipe the underworld tower pipe, group of symbols, small bullet cyclops skull, one-eyed skulls that fly around and attack Pit in groups. Small bullet worms are a little one-eyed worm that conduct Pit's arrows. Shoot arrow at them, then when they come up from their duck, shoot them. Small bullet king crab spider-like enemies who climb nearby walls then jump at Pit. Small bullet minotaur, fortress guardian, a half-man, half-bull that throws balls of fire at Pit. It can also engulf itself in flames so it can teleport. Group of underscores, pipe the overworld pipe, group of symbols, small bullet cyclops hopper grasshopper with one eye that jumps at Pit.